Hello everyone. Here is a history hot tip for you. History is not written in ink, but in blood and iron. The story of Russia is a powerful testament to that truth. At the dawn of the 17th century, the very name Russia was nearly erased from the map. Engulfed in the fire and chaos of the time of troubles, 1598-1613, the nation crumbled under the heel of invaders, torn asunder by famine and plague. Moscow, the nation's heart, had fallen to the Poles. The future was an endless night, but it is from the abyss of despair that the indomitable will of a people is forged. Two immortal heroes, Prince Dmitry Pozharsky and the patriot merchant Kuzma Minin, raised an army from the common folk. They had nothing but their fury and a burning resolve to reclaim what was lost. With an unstoppable force, they purged the enemy from Moscow, rekindling the flame of hope from the smoldering embers. The Romanov dynasty was born. Mikhail Romanov, a 16-year-old boy, was placed upon the throne not to enjoy splendor, but to bear the mission of healing a dying nation. The first Romanov Tsars undertook a colossal task: consolidating power, stabilizing the frontiers, and above all, rebuilding military might. Tsar Alexei took a ruthless but strategic step, enacting the Sobornoye Ulozhenie, a new legal code that bound 80% of the population into serfdom. It was a bloody but firm foundation, ensuring an endless supply of men and resources for the wars to come. Russia, under their command, clawed back what it had lost. The 13 Years' War against Poland-Lithuania culminated in the recapture of the strategic fortress of Smolensk and the annexation of eastern Ukraine, laying the groundwork for a future empire. Then the tempest named Peter arrived. He was not merely a czar, he was a force of nature. Peter the Great saw a backward, isolated Russia, and he was determined to change it at any cost. His grand embassy to Europe was no diplomatic tour. It was a grand mission of industrial and military espionage. He worked as a common carpenter in the shipyards of Holland, absorbing Western technology to return and forge a fearsome war machine. Peter's fateful confrontation was the Great Northern War, 1700-1721, a titanic struggle against the mighty Swedish Empire of the warrior king Charles I. The humiliating defeat at the First Battle of Narva was a searing blow to Peter the Great's young pride, but it did not break him. On the contrary, it forged his iron will. Peter rebuilt his army, created a navy from nothing, and waited for his moment. That moment came at Poltava in 1709. This was not just a battle, it was a symphony of iron and blood, where Peter's new model army crushed the once invincible Swedish forces. Poltava sealed the fate of Northern Europe. The Swedish Empire crumbled, and the Russian Empire officially stepped onto the world stage as a new great power. St. Petersburg, the city built on bones and swampland, was the ultimate symbol of Peter's victory and limitless ambition, his window to Europe. After the death of Peter the Great, the Russian throne became a stage of high drama. The age of Empresses began, a period of palace coup, spectacular luxury, and bold foreign policy. Elizabeth, Peter the Great's daughter, was as famous for her vanity as she was for her formidable political will. She did not flinch from entering a full-scale conflict with the greatest monarch of the age, Frederick the Great of Prussia, during the 7 Years' War. The Russian army, once again, proved its terrifying might, bringing Frederick to the very brink of collapse at the Battle of Kunersdorf. Yet fate intervened in the form of Elizabeth's successor, Peter III. A blind admirer of Frederick, he abruptly pulled Russia out of the war, saving his hero from certain defeat. This was an unforgivable act of betrayal to the Russian military and nobility. And so the stage was set for another dramatic turn. Peter III's German-born wife, an intelligent, ambitious, and ruthless woman, would not stand by and watch Russia's efforts be thrown away. In a swift palace coup, she overthrew her incompetent husband. History would not remember her by her birth name, Sophie, but by a far grander title. She was Catherine the Great. The dawn of a new golden age, an era of conquest and glorious expansion, had begun. Russia's story was only just getting started. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more videos and leave a like and comment about what you think Russia's next move will be. See you next time.